So yes, let's have a round of interviews with John and Sandi. Now, Sandi's going to interview John, but John's going to be playing a character from the history, from mythology, something like that. Can you suggest some character like that?
Zeus. Bill Shankly.
Odysseus.
Zeus is good. We can't get something as big as Bill Shankly. Let's go for Zeus. And Sandi, can you interview him in the style of Desert Island Discs? So there you are. Away you go.
So, Zeus, what a thrill to have you here in the radio studio. Now, I believe you've picked rather a special first record.
That's correct. I've picked Yesterday, played by the Royal Scots Guards, which is a great
And what does it
favourite.
mean to you? What does it stir in your deep mind?
Well, I think maybe because I'm an early sort of civilization deity, it reminds me of the fact that my father, Kronos, time, ate me and my sister and then spewed us out into the universe. And it's funny when you hear those bagpipes, it takes you right back there.
Surely, and I know it's a very delicate matter, but that kind of abuse as a child must have affected you.
Well, Sue, you're really quite a clever old Thatcherite matron, but apart from that, I have to say this, that anything that happens in your childhood can do extraordinary things. Like, when I was 3 years old, I could just go, vimph, and ships would just get blown up in the sea. And that affects you when you've got that sort of power.
Yeah.
But I managed to diminish it by listening to the records of Rod McEwen and the Alexander Brothers. And all after a while, you know, I just didn't have that terrible desire to destroy parts of the universe. You know.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was putting on some more lip gloss. I'm
That's
so
right.
sorry. I do
You're a
beg your
funny girl,
pardon.
Sue. You crack me up.
Now, some people would say to you, gosh, what a god among men. What do you say to them?
I'd say they were a bit punchy, but if they were to say it in a low-key voice, I'd say, well, you know, we were strange as well. You know, you're sitting up there in the clouds, you don't know when a 747's going to come across the tea table. You know, it can be difficult.
And what are you going to take with you finally, Zeus, if I may call you that?
Well, one luxury.
Yes, one little luxury.
I'll take a picture of you, Sue, that I can kick.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's have the stills back. Yeah, right. Thank you. All right. Well, that would be a million points each, but there's a penalty for being rude to Sue Lawley. As I'm still trying to get on Desert Island Disc myself. Now, then we come to a game called World's Worst. This features all four contestants, so if you'd like to come forward on the World's Worst step, and they have to step forward when they come up with examples of the world's worst person to lead an army into battle. So just as you think of them, when we've got the idea, I'll buzz and we'll move on to the next one, as many as we can do in a very limited amount of time we've got this week. So away you go.
OK, it's that way.
Look out, it's the enemy! Ah!
It's really amazing when you cross the field, right? There's all these little field mice and everything, you know. Be careful. You know?
All right, we're going to be going in about 5 minutes. You guys look great.
OK, men, now just watch out for mines. I know this area...
OK, before we go out, I thought we'd all have a quick curry.
Who did I give the bullets to?
Now, you see, when you're going to battle, the important thing you're going to battle is keep alert. Keep alert. And the thing to do is not to chatter on and to lose your concentration. That's a very funny thing happened in the garden last week.
It is not as bad as I say. There are more of them, but we've got the gun.
Now, rumour has it that I can't lead my men into battle. Well, that's not true.
Remember, just the Germans, no frogs.
There you go. There you go. The army crossing the field now. There you go.
Let's end on that. Thank you very much. While I work out the points of that game, we'll take a break while I have some advertisements played to you. See you after that. Bye. Well, welcome back. And the points will be double points all round for that last game. Now we come to a game called Props. They divide into pairings for this. The first pairing being John and Sandi. So if you'd like to take this item, and you've got to come up with as many different ways of using that as possible. At the same time, we have another item here for Ryan and Tony, and you've got to come up with different ways of using that, and see how we go. So, starting with you, John and Sandy, go.
Come through the gate. Come through the gate to my house, will you please? That's the first sentence, and teach yourself English. Come through the gate.
It is a cheap episode of Doctor Who, and I'm one of the flipper people.
Perhaps I won't need it, darling. You're not as tall as I thought.
No.
You spare some change?
Hello, everybody.
What is the name of this ship? It's called the Titanic.
Stingray! Stingray!
Shall we look at John through the square window? There's John. Can you see him?
No, I'm out here now.
And now, the smallest person in the world diving competition.
Hello. Something interesting, if you're a real bore, is this 14th century piece of equipment for clipping the hedges. So don't clip some hedges.
And now the ancient Cornish spectacle of schlubbity dancing.
Thank you very much. That's in there. Thank you for those props. Right. There it is. Yes. Yes, a lot of points there, with double points for Tony. Now we